Hello students, today I will take a role of public administration and developing country. This topic comes under section 1 and also part of basic premises. This topic is supposed to be very important from BPSC perspective. If you notice the number of times the question have asked, it has the largest number. You can say it has been asked in previous or continuously, but 2008 onwards there is no trend of asking question from this topic. In 2008 there was one question in UPSC also and this topic. So today I am taking up this topic because to me this topic is very important for a student from BPSC perspective, because it will give you a broad outline of ours and it also gives opportunity to compare it with Western country. Number one and number two, it has, you can say, direct implication also. But one thing I would like to say, there has not been a regular single pattern of question from this topic. There has been throughout changing of pattern. Sometimes there was question of changing role of public administration in developing country. Sometimes changing status of district public administrator in developing society. So can you understand what is difference between status and role? Can you differentiate between administration and administrator in society and country? This thing should be very clear. If you notice thing in proper way, then only you can write answer in right effective way. So this thing I will have to address today, and I have tried to point out that if you try to write the role of public administration or status, rather you can say, then it has direct, indirect role, negative and positive role, and there are four setup in which it play very important role, like socio-cultural framework, like economic framework, like political framework, and like administrative framework. Here I have tried to point out what can be role, like role of controller, like role of actor, the role of facilitator, role of catalyst, role of associate, role of regulator, role of provider. So this thing you require to keep in mind. When you point innovator also you can point out here. That's why I tell this topic is very open one, and this topic is, you will find there very list material in the book, and that is not also very complete one. So you have to write and understand this topic from your own perspective by using your own common sense. So just I will like to discuss first of all, what do we know country and society? What is the difference between country and society? In general, if you ask me from evaluation perspective, I say that individual is very important component, and the individual constitutes society. Society has several segments. One segment is called political society, and this is called state, nation, country, whatsoever you can say. But if you see in practice, like country like India, there is large number of society which is residing here. Muslim society, Hindu society, urban society, peasant society, tribal society. Number of societies are residing in India, live in India. This is the basic situation. So now when you talk of country, you talk of closed one. But when you talk of society, it is open one. So this thing you require to keep in mind. And one thing more I will like to say, if question is being asked in society, then you have to address society in your answer. And if question is addressed to countries, then you have to write country. Don't intermix. If question is focus on society, you don't focus on country. You can point out difference, but your answer should be focusing on society. Get a point? Now what is difference between administration and administrator? Very good question. Administration is basically an institution which provides several roles, like administration provides managing affair, And administration means to look after. Administration means to take care of. Suppose you talk of district administration means to take care of basic requirements like bijli, pani, sadak, law and order, etc. And who is an administrator? The person who heads administration, the person who is actor of administration is called administrator. So is there any difference between administrator or administration? Here one thing I will like to say, Bernard in his book Function of Executive has tried to differentiate the role of executive from role of administration. It pointed out that role of administration is to manage peace and harmony in society, and what is role of administrator or executive? To ensure whether administration is doing its role properly or not. Bernard has identified three functions of executive like establishing communication, formulating objective, and third, to ensure that each one is doing its role properly in broad framework of goal achievement. So this thing you have three functions of executive. So means administrator basically ensures that administration is working in the way it was intended to be. So this is thing you require to keep in mind. Then what is difference between role and status? Status means where does it stand? Get a point. Earlier our collector was basically jeep born collector. Now he is Innova born collector. Earlier there was jeep or car. Even he was horse riding sometime. During British period he was horse rider. But today he is not horse rider. He is basically having Innova or a Scorpio or very new vehicle also, Jailo, etc. So this thing you find there is difference. Earlier he was supposed to be a part of society. He was not part of society. He used to be aloof of society. He independent of society, very least concerned with day-to-day life of society, societal life. But presently he is basically first social servant of society, particularly of district administration. If anything goes right or wrong, first of all district collector is consulted. So this is thing you require to keep. So what I mean to say, what is role? What role you are doing at presently? You are doing role of a student and I am doing the role of a teacher. But we are doing more than one role. Yeah, definitely I am teacher, but in my family I am family member. And you are also with your friends, your friend, in your office, your colleague, in society, you are member, in family, you are either brother, sister, whatsoever you may be. Get your point? So as I'm having different roles, you perform different functions. As being teacher, I require to do the function which are different from the function what I act when I respond like a family member. Get your point? So there is difference between these two. So this thing that you should be very clear in your mind. If question is asked status, write status. If question is asked on role, focus on role. If question is your administration, then your answer should be on administration. And if there is administrator, then your answer should mold accordingly. In the same way, if it is addressed to society, you write answer according to society. And if it is country, then you should be country in your mind. So this thing you should be very clear in mind when you start writing. This topic I just told is no more very much explicit in books, because in UPSC this topic is removed. This is out of syllabus. That's why in BPSC also this topic is given less importance, particularly 2000 onwards when this was deleted from UPSC syllabus. But before that there has been regular question on this topic. So today I will start the topic. In general, what do you mean by public administration? In general, public administration stands for governmental administration. It deals with state affairs. It is a state administration. It is concerned with protecting integrity and unity of country from external aggressor. It also maintains law and order and harmonious society. It is an instrument of execution. It provides basis for governance. On the one hand, it provides basic needs of society like bijli, pani, sadak. On the other hand, it provides, uh, it protects the weaker section of society. It, on the one hand, ensures continuity of uh, value system. On the other hand, it brings innovation and change in society. It has number of roles and functions to perform. That is why administration is very important. Administration is omnipotent. It is equally found in developed country and developing country. Now I will focus what is developed country, what is developing country. When you talk of developed country, what do you think? Which country come in your mind? Definitely Western European country. America, Canada, then you can talk of Japan, Australia. These countries come in our mind. These countries are industrialized countries. Get your point? This country got independence in the very beginning. Their nation building process is over now. They have developed adequate infrastructure, and there you can say adequate and sufficient development in almost all sectors of society. What is national building? In fact, national building is an anthropological concept used in, you can say, tribal society, particularly in African country. You know, tribal has one very important feature, that it is having close setup. Get a point? So when they got independence, there were several tribes in that country living independently. But now they become a nation. So what was the thing? It was required that to integrate them into a fabric of nation. That was nation building. In India also, when India got independence, what you found? India got inherited a colonial legacy and number of socio-economic problems. So what was the thing? Nation building was required. So Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Patel undertook this responsibility. Jawaharlal Nehru took emotional integration war. On the other hand, Patel took geographical integration war. Ambedkar, you can also point out that he worked on constitutionalism. He is father of Indian Constitution. So this is the basic point. Get a point? So nation building is the process in which different society are integrated into a fabric of nation. National feeling, national solidarity. Get a point? In India, you find still nation building process is weak. It is ongoing process. Several sections of society still don't get involved in India affair. They think themselves independent. They don't think themselves they are part of Indian system. So this thing you find due to some problem in nation building process. Anyway, so now I will have to discuss in developed country nation building process is also over and infrastructure is developed and substantial development can be noticed in all spheres of society. Their society is well developed based on modern values. KNCF has very limited role to play. People are educated, aware of their rights and duties, and large number of civil society working there. That's why government or administration does not require to play important role. Getting point? It is basically played by civil society in this country. That is why government or administration provides a role of an associate. It provides a role of provider wheresoever situation requires. It facilitates but does not perform primary or direct role there. Getting point? Because this role is performed by society itself or by civil society. Then in economic sphere, In developed country, infrastructure is properly developed. Wherever the social infrastructure is equally developed. Road, building, bridge, electricity, water supply, all are well developed. Unemployment, poverty, disparity are to very limited, very marginal. Private sector and market forces playing very significant role. That's why here also government is not required, administration is not required to play very active role, because market is playing a role, private sectors are operating very properly. Then government is only to play role of a regulator, and sometimes you can say provider also. In general, regulator, it regulates whether the private organizations, market forces are working on business line or not, whether they are encroaching upon or doing something against public interest or not. So this is basic concern of public administration in developed country wheresoever economic activity is concerned. In political framework, in developed country, public administration has very limited role to play, because in developed country, democracy is deep rooted. People are educated, aware, they know their rights and duties. Political parties are equally mature. They are aware of their right and duty. They are in position to formulate public policy effectively and to exercise control over administration. That's why administration has to play a role of associate in making policy formulation and exercising control over system. Middle point. In their administrative setup, you find in developed country, administration is well developed, well mature. You can say based on Weberian pattern of administration. Here, administration is well developed, well professional one, specialized one, aware of its right and duties, aware of its responsibility. There is substantial improvement and innovation. So that's why public administration in developed country required to play very limited role. It has to play the role of associate to political system, and it has to address the emerging problem and contemporary issues. Presently, it has to address several new issues emerging, like health problem, like organized crime, like terrorism, like cyber crime, like economic offenses, like growing, you can say depression, or you can say psycho problem in individual. Then presently several new health problems, new types of diseases, and presently you can say coronavirus is putting too much difficulty to this country, and the most important one before them to manage it effectively. So in developed country, public administration is required to play very limited and defined role. But wheresoever in developing country is concerned, what do you mean by developing country? Developing country is known by different names. It is also called underdeveloped country. It is also called Asian African country. It is also called newly independent country. It is also called third world countries. Then which one is first world and second world? In general, America and other capitalist country called first world, and Rus and other socialist country are called second one. And third one is all Asian African country which got independence after Second World War. So these are third world countries. Very point. So this country have colonial history. They got independence after Second World War, and they inherited a colonial legacy and large number of socio-economic problems. There are two priorities before them. First, nation building, and second, rapid and balanced socio-economic development. In India, you can also notice this one. After independence, India first of all started constitutionalism work, number one, then nation building work, and number three, socio-economic development to give it shape planning commission was constituted, first 5-year plan was formulated, etc. Getting a point? So these countries are very, you can say, new one, or you can say transition one, doing in the way of nation building and socio-economic development. Here, the social culture system is very, you can say, traditional one. They are based on traditional value, social rich dogma, you can say rituals are very expensive. They cause heavy expenses. People are uneducated, divided into caste, creed, religion, giving a very fragmented look to society. And there is lack of civil society. So entire their dependency on administration for each and every requirement. Presently, you may have noticed, for each and every requirement we expect from administration. What administration is doing? Why administration is not taking this thing, that thing? Because there are no other agent to do or to share responsibility. That's why there is too much dependency on administration. So what I mean to say, that in developing country, social cultural framework is very, you can say, dependent one, and administration requires to play, you can say, very crucial role. It has first to eradicate poverty, unawareness, illiteracy, social abuses, dogma, etc. Number 2, it requires to infuse modernity in society. Number 3, it has to protect cultural legacy or heritage. Number 4, it has to ensure social justice. And number 5, it has to aid and support civil society to come forward. So these are 5 roles performed in developing country by public administration in socio-cultural framework. In economic setup, there is more problem because infrastructure is not developed. Get a point? And there is large poverty, unemployment, and social, regional, and economic disparity. Get a point? Private sectors and market forces are very dissimilar in presence. That's why they become totally dependent on administration or public administration to give leadership role. That's why in developing country, public administration play leadership role in economic scenario. It plan, development program, it establishes public undertaking to give socio-economic development. It operates several welfare and development schemes to remove poverty, unemployment, and regional disparity. It facilitates economic justice to downtrodden section of society. It develops infrastructure. And last, it also facilitates private sector and market operation to come forward. So these are 5 roles performed by public administration in developing country. First, infrastructure. Number 2, planning and development initiative. Number 3, welfare and development scheme. Number 4, economic justice. And number 5, to support private sector and market forces to come forward. Now, wherever political setup is concerned in developing country, they got independence after Second World War. So their political system is not mature. They have recently adopted democracy. So democracy is superficial. It is not deep-rooted. People are not aware of democratic value in true sense. People are uneducated, unorganized, unaware of their rights and duties. And political system is equally unaware, unexperienced, and unprofessional. They don't know how to formulate policy and exercise control over administration. That's why they are dependent on administration. So here administration requires to play very important, crucial supportive role. On the one hand, it requires to update individual to understand their political rights. It also requires to ensure fearless and peaceful election. It requires to aid and advise political system to formulate policy and exercise control over instrumentality. Then it requires to give political justice to those who don't have representation in the political system. Then it requires to bring innovation and experimentation to bring modernity in society, politics. So administration in developing country has more responsibility as compared to developed country wheresoever political dimension is concerned. It has first to educate people, to give political education to public. Number two, to give political justice. Number three, to aid and advise political system. Number four, to ensure free and fair election. And number five, to bring innovation and changes in modernity of political system. Now, what is administration here? Administration, you can well understand the administrative system of developing country because risks in its comparative development. Administration pointed out that administration in developing country is different from developed country. Here it suggested administrative development. In this country, the administrative system is characterized by colonial legacy, recidivism, generalist orientation, lack of specialization and professionalism. There is lack of innovation and reform. Political administrative systems are immature, unprofessional, unaware of duty and responsibility. So administration in developing country requires twofold function. First, it requires to improve administrative system. It requires to remove colonial hangover. It requires to infuse modernity in administration. It requires to reduce recidivism and you can say empire building tendency. It requires to give more participation to individual. It requires to make administration more responsive and transparent. On the other hand, it requires to address several issues like social economic issues, political issues, economic issues. So, in developing country, public administration has dual responsibility. First, to develop itself, and second, to cater the needs of society in social and economic framework. That's why in public administration in developing country is overburdened, is having too much external internal pressure. On the one hand, lack of resources, on the other hand, growing expectation of people. So, in compared to developed country, in developing country, public administration is supposed to having more responsibility, more duty in both qualitative and quantitative terms. Getting point? However, in present, the difference between developing country and developed country is very much on declining mode because presently the problem the world is facing is equally important for developed and developing country. Terrorism, organized crime, cyber crime, then you can say coronavirus, food shortage, human rights are in general problem and both equally subjected to this problem. That's why in presently the difference between developed country and developing country is becoming meaningless. Now developed and developing country working together and trying to address problem in joint manner. Presently, you may find that how developed country is dependent on developing country in meeting challenge of coronavirus. So this thing you find that presently the difference between the debate on the developed and developing country is becoming meaningless. Now developed and developing country are governed by almost same pattern or global governance and sharing almost same issues. So this is you require to keep that the terrorism, ecological concern, human rights issues, coronavirus problem are equally important for developed and developing country. So both required to work as a team. So this you know the debate of developed versus developing is now trying to replace by developed come developing. Both are partner. Both are you can say complement to each other in present development pursuit. So you take up this question and try to write your own. You can consult one book, take my classes also, take other sources also. I know this topic is open-ended. You will not have proper material in book. You require to consult some other sources also. You require to use your own conscience. Try to write answer and propose to me. If you find any difficulty, you can contact me. Okay, thanks. Tomorrow I will not be available, so I will meet next day or after tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Enjoy.